Impact Lufkin. Welcome to Impact Lufkin. I am advertising for our Spanish class on Tuesday at 6 o'clock. And we have just been having a great time. I have been really enjoying the class. Hats off to Miss Emily Gay and to Mr. Cesar Rodriguez for volunteering and coming to share their time free of charge. And they keep us up here for 2 hours, and I mean it's great. It's been great. And I just would like to welcome you. We're kind of sparse here today, and maybe it's because of the weather. We're just not quite sure of some other things, but I want to bring welcomes to you from Dr. Oliphant. She is back in America now, and we're very glad to have her back. And once she got back, her feet hit the ground, and she's been running ever since. So this morning, she's not feeling very well, but hopefully next Thursday, she will be here and can give us some updates, too, about some of the things and activities that we're going to be taking on here in the next few months. We would like to see if we have any new partners here with us today that would like to introduce themselves and tell a little bit about what's going on. Oh, okay.
This is my wife.
Okay.
Which we met last night.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mom, was that when we met? That's right.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're older and you can't remember the day.
I understand.
My name's Robert. Last
Okay.
name's Grimes. I work with American Real Estate. I'm
Okay.
retired from another job. I'm a part-time mission pastor at my church.
Okay.
I'm in ministry in North Lufkin in the past. I'm also on the board of directors of Salvation Army.
Great. Thank you so much. I knew you were Miss Donna's husband. And we've been enjoying you too. They are both in our Spanish class also. But thank you so much for joining us this morning. Is there anybody else that would like to introduce themselves, or if you have anything that's going on in your particular organization or agency? Mr. Watts?
Yes, I work with East Texas Health Services. Right now, we are in the process of still enrolling people for the fourth occur. I know a lot of people have been reading about it in the field. Right now, we're still in the process of still enrolling the people. And also, we want to make sure everyone understand that the center is Macadocious Security is a nonprofit clinic, and that we actually go out and do presentations to different church groups.
Okay.
Health fairs. So anyone that have any health fairs or church group wants to come out and do a presentation about the clinic. And also as the new laws for the cure actually come out, I'll be actually going out trying to update people about how it's going to affect them for their policies and stuff like that.
Okay, that's very good. So for any of the churches, any health fairs that are going on, call East Texas Community Health.
Right.
All right, thank you. Anybody else has anything? Miss Cynthia?
Okay, I'm Cynthia Davis. I'm a volunteer at Impact Lufkin, and I'm on the research team for the neighborhood center especially, but I do a lot of research for Mr. Nola and Dr. Oliphant. I'm a retired teacher, so that's kind of my expertise here. I told you on last week they're having an Alzheimer's organization is tonight at the Restoration, but I found out it's VP, and I will be bringing back information from the meeting tonight from 5 to 7 to tell people, someone that may be interested, because I've been through it. Both of my parents that I took care of died with Alzheimer's, and it can be a really debilitating experience, but it made me more humble, I can tell you that. So that's part of it, and the neighborhood center meeting will be meeting on Thursday after the team meeting here, and Ms. Sydney Benneman will be facilitating it, and Esther Mills, and Ms. Benny Rogers here. They're part of the research team, and we will be giving updates because, like Mr. Nola said today when we were meeting, that this is something that's going to help all of Lufkin, and not only North Lufkin wards 1 and 2. And we want to start meeting and getting with people in the community to discuss the wants and needs and give you an update. We're getting into the schools now and with the teachers to help us get information and do surveys on what the needs are and whatever, and if you know, whatever affects one part of Lufkin affects all of Lufkin. So we will be getting back with you and doing more surveys and key informants on some things that we are getting ready to do here at Impact Lufkin through the help of the Temple Foundation and the School of Social Work from SFA.
Thank you, Ms. Cynthia.
Okay, so I was just going to let everybody know, on February the 27th at 6:30, which is a Monday night, here in this room, we're going to have our we're going to do like a Spanish event. It's going to be more of a research cafe. I'm going to have Ole Gadio from the SFA Gear Up program come and do a presentation in Spanish for those, because I know some data we collected in the past, some of the parents are looking for information on how to get their children to college. And so we're going to help them with that. And then the second half of it is going to be gathering some research. However, for those of you that are in our Spanish class, or even if you're not, it would be a great idea to come out and just join in, because you can listen into the Spanish, you can connect with Spanish-speaking community members, and then we can try to build some unity at the same time, as well as engaging with the Hispanic population.
Okay. And Emily, could you speak about the video, the live streaming for the Thursday meeting?
Okay, so for the Spanish classes, or this meeting, okay. So every Thursday we're going live. I'm doing it this morning, so so the good thing is it allows people to tune in while we're here at the same time, or go back and review, our presentations and so forth at a later time. It helps, engage all different types of demographics. A lot of the millennials, so to speak, use Facebook and social media a lot. So it's a way to kind of reach out to them as well. And we're also going live for our Spanish classes. So those that cannot attend, or maybe miss a class, or just due to conflicting scheduling and so forth can tune in at a later time for our Spanish classes too.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. All right. We're going to go ahead with our program today. We have two wonderful speakers today.
The Spanish
and our first speaker
6:30
will
p.m.
be from the American Cancer Society, and we have with us Miss Jennifer Harmon Garcia, and she is the community manager for Relay for Life. So, Ms. Garcia, let us give her a warm round of applause.
I apologize, the computer shut down on me. We had everything ready to go, so if you give me just a second.
Well, you can go right ahead. Well, while she's getting that ready, I know Ms. Rogers, you had mentioned about someone in the neighborhood was needing a ramp built. Have you found resources yet for that? Okay, well, we just want to put that out there. If you guys know of anyone that could help, this is an elderly person, disabled person, to help to build a handicap ramp, please contact her, okay? Okay.
Hi, my name is LaShawn Finley. I'm here, not fairly new to the Lufkin area. I've been here about 3 years. My husband and I own a maintenance company. And if you'd let me know what location or whatever, I can go and visit with whomever and see if we might be of assistance to them. Okay?
I'll give you that. That'd be great. Good morning. And Mr. Grimes, did you have some?
Well, I'm just gonna say, I know a gentleman that does Christ Ministries. It's Bert McKinney. It's Bert McKinney. And I can give you his contact information.
Okay, that'd be great. And we'll have a little bit of time to.
Do you get the,
Oh, go ahead.
do you get the material ready, or
I don't have anything.
anything? Okay.
Okay.
I just wanted to know if you have it.
I saw him at a grocery store, and he looked like he needed some help, and I asked him, and he said he could use a ramp.
Okay. Sergeant, hang on, Miss. Okay.
Yes, the Lufkin Police Department is offering the Citizens Police Academy, and I'm sorry I don't have exact details. Do you know the
January
dates?
31st.
Pardon?
It starts January 31st.
January 31st. It is once a week for about 8 weeks, I think.
10, I think.
10. It gives insight. You will get to do some of the fun things that we do, the shoot the guns, the the less lethal training, some of the scenario-based training that we do with the videos and interactive electronic weapons. So it'd be an interesting thing if anybody's interested, want to know more about your police department or police work in general, how it works. So we'd like to offer that up. I think we have 2 or 3 more openings. If anybody's interested, I'd suggest calling Lieutenant Jerry Smith pretty quickly. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
What time we start the class?
The 31st, January 31st.
6 o'clock?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
I have some two people, one is in need of dentures, and one is in need of furniture.
Okay.
Anyone could
Well,
help.
you can help with those dentures, can't you?
We don't do the dentures.
Oh, they don't do
actually just
dentures.
pull them teeth.
Oh, okay. Do y'all have any other resources, like there's a dental clinic in Garrison somewhere too? You know anything about them?
That is,
Yeah, but she doesn't have any money.
Oh, okay, okay. All
I
right.
can lay in Jasper, you two, I'm not sure they have
Okay.
that money.
Okay, all right, all right, and we can network a little bit after this meeting is over, so we'll go ahead and get you up.
Thank you so much. Like she said, my name is Jennifer Garcia. I am with the American Cancer Society, and I just wanted to thank you so much for having us here today. I feel like maybe I should go ahead and apologize now for putting in my shameless plugs, because it's gonna be happening. But since I've started working with the association, I've learned that it's okay, and I shouldn't have to apologize for finding a cure for cancer and for getting people to help volunteer with people that already have cancer. So we're making no apologies, but I've got some really good information I want to share. I promise to keep it short and sweet, even though I gave you a ton of information that we're going to go through. Relay for Life is my primary component of what I'm responsible for. I have 5 different counties here in the East Texas area. I'm housed out of the Lufkin office. We do have an office here in Lufkin. It is, if you're familiar with the Children's Clinic over around the hospital, we're in that little loop on Gene Sanford Drive. And we're all about giving hope. So if you click on, I've got a short little video to show you that talks about how Relay started. And we'll give you the background information. 3 minutes, all you need to know, right? You don't have to wear those pants to relate. a really good video. It covers a lot of information in a very short time span. But what I really walk away from that video with is that one person really can make a difference. Because Dr. Gordy Klatt started this whole multinational movement that started with a vision. And so I'm going to talk to you about some of the things that we can do here in our community to make that happen. And then what do we get out of it? What does Lufkin actually see? What are the benefits?
$35 for your item.
That's right.
So how'd your team raise the money?
Oh, mostly just individual fundraising, sent out letters and emails. We also did a couple spaghetti lunches during the work week. Oh, we're doing a softball game here at the relay team.
Okay.
Oh, hey,
Let's just break it down a little bit more, some of the different components, and then
Well,
I'll
we
talk
got
about
people
this.
working shifts, put it all in the bank.
I mean, what does the money actually help do?
You know what? Let me show you.
Okay.
Well, you know, we ask every team member to raise $100.
Yep, our team captain made a point that we understood that.
Okay. Well, your $100 can help pay for lodging at Hope Lodge for cancer patients who are seeking treatment out of town. Last year, more than 50,000 cancer patients and caregivers stayed at Hope Lodge.
Wow.
Yeah. Or it could help get patients treatment and at home. We help more than 50,000 people to and from treatment. Yeah. Or it could help reach to recovery volunteers to visit newly diagnosed breast cancer patients. Or cover the cost of providing information to those facing cancer. Every day, more than 3,000 people call the American Cancer Society for help and information. Or help guide patients through their cancer journey through the Patient Navigator program. Or even fund groundbreaking research into clinical trials.
Wow, my $100 can do a lot.
Definitely. That's why Relay needs every team member to raise at least $100. Every relayer that raises $100 receives a commemorative Relay t-shirt. But it's really more than a shirt. For most folks, they see the shirt as a badge of honor. It represents all the miles they have walked to Relay, the people they are here in support of or in memory of. It represents all the money they have raised. And it means that they are doing something to fight back against cancer and save lives.
Now I understand all the advice the veteran team captains were giving at the relay meeting.
Yep, they were encouraging everyone to have at least 15 folks on the teams instead of individual and team fundraising. Just means more money raised and more lives saved faster.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hope we see you at softball.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so relay, when I think of Relay for Life, I think of the old concept of how do you eat an elephant? You know, right?
One bite at a time.
One bite at a time. You break it down into one piece at a time. And so as a community, obviously we want to raise a lot of money so that it can go into these different programs, and we'll tell you about here in a few minutes. But it doesn't have to be overwhelming. I'm not asking you to raise $30,000. I'm not asking you to raise $50,000. I'm asking you to get on a team and raise $100 as an individual. And so what I tell my teams when we're in our team captain meeting is, you know 10 people, right? You know 20 people. Well, as 10 people for $10, and if that doesn't work, back down to $5. I'm sure you can borrow $5 from somebody and you could easily meet your goal. And so, you know, if everybody were to work together as a group, we could easily raise a substantial amount of money. But let me tell you a little bit about what our programs do and what we do here in Angelina County. Okay, so these are our numbers from the end of the year. We just got these in and reported. So these are the things that happen here in Lufkin as far as patient referrals go. This year we had 325 people referred to us through usually the cancer center. Sometimes they come from different offices. Sometimes they come from referrals from friends. And we sit down with them and we go. They have a personal health manager, and they get this. And this is just kind of an organizing tool that has some information that keeps everything together. So when they go to their treatment or they go to their doctor's appointments, they have everything in one location. And then they, like I said, they sit down with someone one-on-one and navigate and go through the process and what to expect. It's kind of like a mini counseling session, if you want to pass it around and look at it. We have people who bring gift items to the office all the time. Absolutely phenomenal. When I'm talking about gift items, we're talking about scarves, hats, treatment pillows, different things of that nature, things that we can give to our patients when they come into the office for something that they might need. We had 28 of those last year. A program that we have in our office as well is we have our wig fittings. So anyone who's undergoing treatment can come in and be fitted for a wig. We have a huge closet full of beautiful brand wigs, every color, every style, all the ladies, children, we have it all. And if we don't have it, because we are a national organization with a very close-knit group in the East Texas area, we do a lot of traveling because we're rural. We can stop in the Tyler office or the Beaumont office and pick up something that somebody might be looking for. And so it is such an honor to be able to do that and sit down one-on-one and have that connection, and then let somebody walk away with something they really needed or wanted. Reach to Recovery, that is a counseling program. Road to Recovery, this is where I'm going to do a call for action. I'm giving you, it's kind of like a bookmark. It talks about Road to Recovery. What we need is we need drivers. Road to Recovery is how we get patients from this area to their treatment centers. Because if you've ever been through treatment, or you know somebody who's been through treatment, especially if they're having to go to a metropolitan area, they don't want to have to deal with the traffic. Getting to the appointment's bad enough, and then there's the added expense. And so the Road to Recovery is where volunteers will actually drive patients to and from their appointments. So if you would love to help with that program, please contact me. And then one of the really fun things that we do out of our office for the ladies is a program called Look Good, Feel Better. And again, anyone who is undergoing treatment or has been through treatment, we have a licensed cosmetologist who comes into our facility and sits down with the ladies and does a makeover session with them. So they come in and they get this huge, this is not a makeup bag to me, this is like a makeup suitcase. That's what my husband would call it if I were bringing this home. And it's full, I'm gonna pass it around, it's full of all these goodies. Well, these aren't your typical makeup products. These are more sensitive because people who are undergoing treatment can't use all the chemicals and stuff in their makeup. And so this is something that our national corporate office has partnered with Revlon, Lancome, and they've put these things together. So they've done a lot of research on what was good, what products work best, and then they put these together for us to give to our patients. And then something really, really exciting that we do is we are able to partner with hotels, particularly in the Houston area, to provide stays at a discounted or free rate, depending on what the hotels and what's going on, if it's their peak season and whatnot, for people who are undergoing treatment down there. And if you have ever had to deal with any of that, the treatment's bad enough, but you want to see your family, you want to see your kids, you don't want to have to go home for one day to come back the very next day for an appointment. And so we can partner and we can get hotel accommodations made for you. Soon though, we have some very exciting news. We have worked with some different foundations and such on building a Hope Lodge. And what a Hope Lodge is, they're popping up all over the country. The best comparison I can give to you would be similar to a Ronald McDonald House, but for people who are undergoing treatment. And so they are planning on breaking ground this spring in Houston for our Hope Lodge here. So it's very, very exciting. Again, that's no fees are associated with that for the patients. The rooms are set up very similar to like a hospital hotel style, kind of like a combination, because the patients do need treatment sometimes. But there are huge living areas. They're very welcoming, very inviting. There's full-size kitchens. You can cook. You don't have to eat out every meal. A lot of times with the Hope Lodges, different organizations and businesses will actually bring meals in so that the patients aren't having the added expense. So it's very exciting, the different things that we have going and working, particularly in our area. A lot of people give to us, which we greatly appreciate, but they want to know, where does my money go? Why am I giving my money away to go to the bigger areas? Well, it's nice to see that a lot of things are staying here. They're staying local. I feel like this number could be greater, but I don't feel like everybody knows that we're there. And so I want to challenge you to get the word out. If you know somebody who is undergoing treatment or someone we can help, send them to our office. Let us help them. Let us do things for them. We would love to be an asset to them. This to me is very, very exciting news. And this is in the mountain of paperwork that I gave you. The majority of your money goes to research. And like research is very important because obviously we want to find a cure. That's the whole point behind this. But equally as important is we want to figure out how to make it not even happen. We don't want anybody to have to hear the words, you have cancer. We just don't want it to happen. So this is money that is being spent in Texas on research. This is what happened this past year. You know, this is a really good time to do this presentation because I can give you up-to-date information because they just turned it in. So what's even more exciting to me about this is Texas and California are paving the way with research. We are the two biggest states that are blazing a trail when it comes to dollars in research. So these are things that are happening right here in Texas. Particularly MD Anderson, $11 million, almost $12 million, that's in our backyard. You know, so this is, spread the word, super exciting. We are glad to have this. This is your money at work. So it's going to an excellent cause. And then this is amazing, amazing number. I thought this number was on here, I'm sorry. I'll be sure to get you guys this number before you leave. I want you to put it in your phone. It's NCIC, the National Cancer Information Center. And what this number is, it's an 800 number. It's open. They're open 24/7, and it's our support line. So anybody who has cancer, doesn't have cancer, anybody who has questions, can call and talk to these people. They have medical professionals on staff. They have counselors on staff. They have insurance people on staff. They have so many resources. You know, this is a very good place to call if, I don't speak insurance. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I can master Spanish before I can get insurance. Maybe even tax before I can get insurance. It's a whole other language. And so we have patients all the time that call, can you translate for me? Can you tell me, what does this really mean? Is my insurance gonna pay? And if they don't, what do I do? Where do I go? And we can provide them with different avenues. One of the trainers I just got back from, it was so emotional. They recorded a phone call. A mother had been diagnosed with cancer, a new mother. And she was trying to be really strong and hold it together for her family. And she called NCIC at 3 in the morning just to cry and talk because she was the rock of her family and she just couldn't let go. And they did. They had a counselor. They just let her talk and let her cry, and it's amazing. And I've called them a dozen times a week, it feels like, to answer my questions. Okay, I had a volunteer ask about this. How can I navigate that? How do I help? I had a volunteer that had boo-boos of airline miles. They were going to expire. He wanted to donate them to ACS. I don't know. Called NCIC. They said, here, let me email you the form. Taken care of in 2 minutes. It was phenomenal. So these guys, make sure you get this number before you leave. And I'm sorry, I don't think I have these at every spot. But please put it in your phone and share it. If you have cancer, not cancer, I feel like 1 degree of separation. We all know somebody. So this is a huge resource. And this is what somebody goes to as well. Okay, so now what? I challenge you to take this stuff home with you. I know it looks like a bunch of paperwork and homework and that sort of stuff. There's information on research. This is our survivor form. I would like for each of you to take one of these with you. If you're a survivor, please fill this out. We want to honor you. We want to invite you to the survivor dinner. We want you to get the shirt at Relay. We want you to walk that survivor lap. Please make sure that you fill this out. If you're not a survivor, I bet you know somebody that is. So please take this to them and let them know that we support them and we want to be behind them and we want to back them. Fill it out, drop it by my office, give me a call, fax it to me, email it to me. Don't want to do any of that, call me and I'll come pick it up. That's how important our patients and survivors are to us. So please, I challenge you to take one of these. And then the last couple of things that I want you to do is I want you, and this is how you can do it, I want you to join a relay team. Be a part of it. Just because you join relay doesn't mean you have to run. That's the most common misconception I get all the time. Oh, I don't work out. It's okay. You don't have to run. I'm asking you to fundraise. I'm not asking you to run a 5K. And even if I did, I promise I'd walk right beside you and get you through it. So these are the steps that you can take to do that. If you don't want to start a team, that's okay. Go to relayforlife.org, find a team and join one. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, just get involved. And then these are some of the fun things that we're doing. I just threw in, I told you, shameless plugs, right? Some of the fundraisers that our different groups are doing. And then our office is selling very cute shirts, Valentine's Day shirts. But one of the things I'm most excited about, and this is the end, I promise, is Bark for Life. And this is taking place at Angelina Animal Hospital on March 25th. What this is it's a mini relay where you can bring your dogs. Because ultimately, dog is man's best friend. They said the way to explain Bark for Life was put your wife and your dog in the car, lock them in there, leave them in there for a couple hours, come back. Who's going to be happy to see you? Probably going to be your dog, not your wife. And so this is an excellent opportunity for us to honor the caregivers, the survivors, go out and have a great time and fundraise. So please take these posters, hang them up, tell people about them, take this information. And if you have any questions, I would be more than happy to visit with you or answer them or call me or let's do lunch or coffee sometime.
Jennifer?
Yes, sir.
Does everybody have Jennifer's card? It was passed out. What's that? Can we write it on the back of his card? What's that? 800?
The 800 number? Where's it? Can I write it on that dry erase board over there? Would that be okay?
Just call it out.
It's 1-800-227-2345.
That's on the back of your card.
Oh, it's on the back of my card. You have it already.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Do you have any more cards?
I have several more cards. Yes, ma'am. And what I do is I keep this number in my phone, and anytime I just share it. I share my contact through my phone, and then it's easy, and they already have all the information downloaded for them. So I encourage you to do the same.
Jennifer, let me ask you just a few questions. Your in catchment area and service area, is it for all of East Texas?
Yes, ma'am. Our office services beyond Smith County. We go up past Smith County outside of Tyler, all the way down to the Beaumont area. And then we reach all the way over to the border, so the border of Louisiana. Yes, ma'am. So we are deep East Texas.
Okay.
And there are 4 different ladies for relay in our office that do relay. We also house the gala staff and then our health services staff are housed out of our office.
And do you, just from me having friends and colleagues and hearing about cancer, I know it's very, very prevalent in this deep Texas area. Now, I have conspiracy theories from the space shuttle, and all that kind of stuff, but do you have any current statistics, like on, like how prevalent cancer is in certain counties? Do you have it by county or just by the region?
I'm sure that my manager, she has all that information broken down. I can get that to you.
Okay. That'd be good.
Oh, and I forgot to tell y'all, if you know somebody who would be willing to do a sponsorship or sponsor Relay for Life, have sponsorship packets if you'd like to take them with you, or if you own a business or know someone that does that would like to sell these little cutouts that you see, like around brochures and different places this time of year, I would love to partner with you with those too. Do you guys have any more questions? I feel like I have.
Are these going to pass out to?
Just if you want one, these have some more information. Some of the fun things that we're gonna try and do this year for Relay, we really encourage our teams to fundraise all year long, and then let Relay be a celebration and a party type environment where we can just come together and honor our survivors and kind of fight back. Because you don't want something to happen and just plan on fundraising at Relay, weather permitting and different things. One of the fun things that we're talking about doing is a battle of the badge. We're encouraging our law enforcement agencies to start teams. We're already kind of in the works with you guys. And we're going to see who can raise the most within Angelina County, because that is our Relay area. Which law enforcement agency can raise the most money, and then we're gonna do some like tactical, fun, different things and get them out in the community to visit. So we've got some really cool stuff planned. I'd love to do an inflatable 5K as a fundraiser. Anything you've got for ideas, come see me, let's talk. Thanks again for having me.
A couple of years ago, the American Cancer Society got rid of their bras and the prosthetics that they had.
Yes, ma'am.
The health district now has those in our women's facility, and we have been able to fit wonderful, wonderful clients that have had breast cancer from our women's clinic over in the health district. So if anybody needs that service, that comes
Yes,
to
and I need to get your contact before you leave, please. I would really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, thank you very much. Okay, great. If anybody have any other questions, y'all make sure y'all give her a call, okay? All right, now we have Burke, I keep wanting to say Burke Center. Burke presentation is Melissa Simmons. She's director of specialized programs, but this is not Melissa. Melissa had to do some different things. Yeah, I'm sorry. So come on up and give us your presentation.
Good morning. My name is Deidre James. I'm the clinical coordinator over the children's program at Burke. And we have a new program for children and adolescents called Yes Waiver. And Yes is, and I have handouts that I'll pass around as well so y'all can have this information. Yes is Youth Empowerment Services. So what it is it's funding for agencies like Burke that is a Medicaid waiver, and it's set aside, it's funneled down to Burke to be able to keep children in the home basically, and it helps them to, like, let's say they've been going to the hospitals for mental health issues, or they've been going into placement like residential treatment centers or juvenile detention. This funding helps them have a team of providers and service providers with Burke and outside of Burke that will help them get what they need basically to be able to stay in the home and the family get the recovery they need to function and to do well basically. So this is pretty new. It started last year across the state basically, so this is pretty much our second year doing this. And we have a 1-800 hotline. So maybe perhaps you know of families or children who would benefit from this and they're not Burke clients. That's okay. They call the hotline and they go through the screening process, and if they meet the eligibility criteria, then Medicaid has this waiver money that they will they will be connected with. So they don't have to already have Medicaid, they don't have to already have Burke services, but if you think that they would benefit from this, they just call the our 1-800 number, which is on our handout here. So what we are looking for are providers in the community who may specialize or be able to help with things like respite for the family. So maybe mom and dad need to have a date night and get away. Then yes, we would pay a respite person that's been pre-approved on our provider network to come in and sit with the children and the family while the mom and dad go and have time. So respite, or things like specialized therapy services. So it could be a person who has a license and then like an LPC or LCSW, but maybe they have some extra training or certification in art or equine therapy or something like that. Then they could possibly be on our provider network and we could connect that child to those services. Or perhaps it's someone who gives guitar lessons. We have a family right now where the teen, he comes home and he doesn't do a whole lot after school, but he's interested in guitar and would love to play guitar. So this Yes Waiver program would pay that person for us to give him lessons. And it's all done through a team, so that family has a team and everything is approved by the team. And so what we need is a big provider network. We need people that we can, once that team decides, hey, we need this, and everybody on the team says, yeah, we agree, then we need to be able to call our provider list and offer that and say, hey, could you do this with us? Could we get you to give these guitar lessons to the child and that sort of thing. And so I'm going to go ahead and pass these out for y'all to see. And I just need your contact information, a card. Who has these? Oh, and perhaps you may be interested, or perhaps you know of someone that you could send our way.
And how do you become a provider? How do you sign up?
This, the pretty colorful handout is what will help you guide you through becoming a provider. And you can contact us in that way. We're basically just developing the provider network at birth, and we put your name and information on the list. And then Yes Waiver has a few steps we have to go through to get that person approved, but we would work with those people to take those steps. Yeah, and so basically we just need to know if anybody's interested and what they specialize in, and we need your contact information.
And these are for youth. What's the age?
The ages are 3 to 18. They have to live in our Burke 12 county area and we have their legal guardian or legal authorized representative. And so some adolescents may be coming out of juvenile detention, so we need to see, okay, where are they going to live, and who's their legal representative, and then then we can move forward with that. And then they have to meet a mental health criteria as well, such as risk of self-harm, disruptive or regressive behavior, the need for family resources, school issues, and have a current diagnosis. So it's an intensive level of care, but it's not so intensive it's at a hospital or anything like that. It's trying to prevent hospitalization, trying to prevent placement. But it's intensive enough to where they get services at work very regularly. Family meets weekly. We have team meetings. They get skills, therapy, psychiatrist services, and so we're doing all of that just within Burke. But we also need to be able to connect them to the providers outside of Burke and bring those into the team.
Can you talk a little bit about the financial criteria as far as, like the Medicaid, and then if you're not on Medicaid?
Okay, let's see if I can. I know a little bit about this, not a lot, but they don't have to have Medicaid already, and it's not based on parents' income. money is set aside, for this program. So if they meet the eligibility of the program, like they're 3 to 18 years old, they have certain diagnosis and needs, they're in a 12-county region, then that money is basically set aside for them. So they would be enrolled in that certain Medicaid waiver funding. So there's not a whole lot of like income criteria. Any other questions?
I see you having her, the degree and everything. Would a degree in special needs qualify for this too? Children with special needs?
I'm not sure on all the degrees that are needed. Like the different areas, like respite has different criteria from the therapies and things like that. And so it would just depend on what type of service you're wanting to provide, and it has a different criteria for each service. And then,
Cause I see here it says bachelor's degree in rehabilitation business marked in a human service field. And the reason why I'm asking, I have a master's degree in special education.
okay, we can definitely look into that and check on that if you're interested for sure. I mean, I would think so.
Okay.
I would think so. But
I'm
we
a
can check on
retired
that.
teacher and I taught special needs for 30 years.
Yeah, we could definitely use your help and services.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Any other questions? I also have a card, so if you wanted to contact me directly or just email me or anything like that, you can do that. And Melissa is the director of special programs, so she's the director of the Yes Waiver. And then for Angelina County, Houston County, and Jasper County, I'm who they would filter to. But if they go to NAC or somewhere else, they go to a different clinical coordinator. So you can feel free to contact me directly, send me your information. And so I'll just have my cards available if anybody wants one. But that's pretty much it. It's fairly new as far as across the state of Texas, and we need referrals for children. I mean, we have several at Burke that do qualify and are in our program, but we do need referrals as well. So we need the children and we need the providers.
So right now, there's no waiting list for the program.
No waiting list. And all they have to do is the child and family would call the 1-800 Yes Waiver line, and then it starts that process. All right, well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Well, we have got some really, really good information today. Thank you very, very much for coming and sharing that with us. I wanted to make sure if Mr. Councilman Shangle, did you have any announcements or?
Sure.
I'm just praying that you don't mention the Cowboys.
February 13th, we're gonna have a community talk, and at this community talk, we're gonna be hearing from the Citizen Chamber of Commerce. The president is Alice Alexander. Also, we're gonna have Marco Morales with, he'll be coming and talking about AFLAC. And then SFA will be presenting the data that they have gathered so far. And let me see, anybody else?
What time are the community talks?
At 6:30 at Brandon Community Building. And then let me stand on here by the police officer. I just want to say, I gotta help protect you. Let's keep Miss Lanola and Jason and some of the other ones in prayer. Those Cowboys lost last week, and they are taking it real hard. So we want to keep them in prayer that they will be able to make it.
Maybe we're gonna stay back over.
All right, thank you.
We over exceeded everybody's expectations.
They lost this one, but that was still a catch last year.
And they do say preachers' children are the worst. See, we have a prime example over there, prime example. And as soon as that game was over, I got a big picture of a piece of rotten cheese. So, hold on, we want to go back to that bad day. Okay, thank you, Mr. Schenkel. And Emily, is there any other information from Temple that you would like to share? Anything going on?
No, not really. Right now, Stephanie and I are heading up the data and passing that over to Dr. Oliphant. So she is putting that into the in vivo system so she can go ahead and start working on her report, and we can get that data back out to the community.
Yeah. And I'm just saying, you guys, we have collected some great data. I'm talking about from all different sectors of folks and stuff. So data is just coming in, and it has been outstanding. So we'll be able to share that with you very, very soon. Joe, is there anything from you? Okay, and your newspaper's going okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all righty. And if you guys have articles and things for Joe, have them in like about Friday for the next Friday.
Yes.
And so he can put those in his newspaper named K Pasta.
Yes.
All righty.
Have you put in anything about the Spanish class also being available for Spanish speakers who want to learn English?
No, I haven't included it, but I am planning on doing it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's very,
Yes.
what's the email?
It's kpasta, ETX, at yahoo.com. Kpasta is QUEPASA.
We that's the next class, because I'm like, okay. Okay, and is there anybody, I knew there was some more folks come in. Did anybody have any other announcements or anything? Yes, sir.
We maintain the knowledge is having a program, February 25th, Saturday at Brandon Park.
February the 25th. At what time?
That I'm not quite sure, but I'm guessing evening time.
Brandon Park, maintaining knowledge, right? Marlena, okay. All righty. Anybody else?
Also, the NAACP Back to School Standstill Banquet is February the 18th.
Okay.
And the tickets are $30, and I have tickets.
Okay. February the 18th. Anybody else? What is your name?
I'm Candy Avant. I'm one of the mental health clinicians with Burke.
Okay, good to have you here. Yes, sir.
I encourage everybody. My son is fighting in Lake Charles, Louisiana, February the 10th. It's a heavyweight fight by this UFC sanction.
Oh, okay.
And he's gonna be fighting. The last fight, a lot of Lufkin people was there, and he knocked a guy out like a minute or something in the first round. Wow. That was supposed to have been the next millionaire. And I would appreciate as much Lufkin support there as I could get.
February the 10th,
yes,
Lake Charles.
He have tickets at Six Gun. He got the tickets already for this fight.
Okay, February the 10th in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Okay, a heavyweight fight.
It's a huge ticket, it will be televised.
Oh, okay, maybe we could send Robert down there and utilize his services. Okay.
I want to ask a question about something that you were promoting before, which was taking photos.
Mm-hmm.
Have you gotten any yet?
Yes, we have gotten some photos. It's called Photo Voice. And we have gotten some photos, and I guess maybe I could share one with you. I hadn't really talked to Dr. Oliphant yet, but it was real interesting. Someone sent some photos of Kirk Drive at Christmas time, and then they shared some photos at Timberland Drive at Christmas time. And then they were just saying, can we have lights on Kirk Drive? Like on Timberland, like on the light poles and decorations and things like that. So different things have been coming in. So we want to just encourage you guys to continue, just take your pictures and send them in and give us a little narrative of what your thoughts are. And that website is, Mr. Buddy, you wanna give us that website for?
I knew you were gonna do that. Hold on a minute. I'm looking at my driver's license. I am Buddy Ziegler.
Yes, you are. And that, we tried to make it very easy.
105,
That's
IL.
Okay, yeah, IL first.
Okay, IL, go ahead. I failed.
Look, Tammy, what is that? It's IL, which is Impact Lufkin .pics, which is for pictures, PICS, okay? And that is, at, help me, child.
105.
105. No, we don't have that. I tell you what, let's forget about that.
You're off the hook, buddy.
It was supposed to be easy. It was easy a month ago. But after the Cowboys, my brain has just, that part that you remember has just gone. But we will get that for y'all and make sure that it's on our Facebook page, okay? So just keep sending in the pictures and we will get that. What's that? Oh, okay. And then our grant writing class is January 31st. We have a few more seats for that. So I'll let you know on that. On May the 13th, which that is a ways down the road, we want you to get the word out that the Lions Club will be conducting adult vision screenings here on May the 13th from 9 o'clock at no charge. So we want to get the word out for that. Anybody that would like to have a vision screenings, you can get that here. The Lions Club is really wanting to promote that program and get it going again. Let's see, we will be entertaining some Angelina interns this semester. Our Stephen F. interns will be coming. Some of them will start coming next week. So that is a good thing. Let's see, and we want to encourage our committees, our neighborhood center committee, our arts committee, I think we had a youth committee, to start meeting again and getting some ideas together. We're going to be giving you data that we have collected regarding these different aspects so you can incorporate that into some of your planning. But if you would like to start that up again, you can just call me and let me know if you want to meet here. Let us know so we can coordinate the times and things, okay? Did you have anything that you needed to talk about today?
Just the classes.
Okay.
Class of Tuesdays.
Okay.
And which is really good. We're excited about it and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
How many you got came to the class?
Oh, you watched it? Did you really? Okay, great. It has been really great. It's been great for us. And folks that are trying to learn English, I think it's just great because even when listening to people who are pronouncing English, it should be so easy. To me, it's like, God, that should be so easy. So it helps us to sort of work with one another on that, and I think it's a great format, and I applaud you and Miss Emily for taking the time to do this for our community. All righty, we are working with Dunbar School. We've been to Dunbar School to do surveys with all of their teachers. We had a really good turnout as far as the surveys and the information, the data that we received. We will also be scheduling to go to all of the elementary schools as well as the middle school. We just stay all day. And as the teachers come into the lounge conference periods, then we talk to them about Impact Lufkin. And as we were doing the work at Dunbar this week, you know, it's still amazing that there's so many people that have not heard about Impact Lufkin. So we want to continue to get the word out and share this information with our community, because we really, really want everyone's voice to be heard. Even if you don't live here, you work over in this particular area or work in wards 1 and 2, we want to hear from you. So we have some things planned for this semester. I think doing our walk through the community is going to be a really big event, and we will be able to get a lot more information because we'll be boots on the ground and talking to folks who don't normally come out to meetings and things like that. So we're very excited about that. One more thing before I let you go. A couple of weeks ago, Ms. Rita had come and she was talking about some of the senior citizens, or it may be folks who live at home alone, they may be disabled or, housebound. And she was talking about, why don't, this particular area just start like a telephone, just calling people to make sure they're okay. Because she was just saying that she's at home with her puppy, and if something happened, then it would just be her and her puppy. And so she was saying that someone could just call and check on, and I think the police department has something of the sort. We talked to them about it, and they have something like a phone line and that sort of thing. But if anybody is interested in facilitating and initiating such a project, we can do like a neighbor-to-neighbor phone bank or something like that, just so people in the area can just call and just check up on people who are alone in their home. So if anybody's interested, just please talk to Ms. Rita. Raise your hand, Ms. Rita. Talk to Ms. Rita about that. I thought that was a great idea. Yes, sir.
Talking about that, I would like to share something on my neighborhood, downtown Lufkin. I'll have a meeting in the morning, and then after that, I pass through my neighborhood, Denman, and I smell a lot of gas all over the whole neighborhood. And communication is really important, especially those people that live by themselves.
Yeah.
And then, it was super strong, and it's kind of worrying me. And then I run the block and smell, I go up close to downtown, and it was getting stronger. So this is a very dangerous area, And people need to call when that happens. Don't let somebody else to do it. We have to take action right away.
Yeah.
Because it can blow out the whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
So talking about that, I know some people that live by themselves.
Okay.
So I'll say, calling them, somewhere sleeping.
That's right.
And then I knock the door because they don't answer.
Yeah.
And guess what? When she opened the door, old lady,
Yeah.
all the gas started coming out. It was really strong. She could have died there.
Wow.
Sleeping.
Yeah. So that's another good point there.
Yeah,
and I know they talked about the Zavala, the house that blew up in Zavala, because of some type of gas, So we just really have to be careful with that. But if people are interested in that, then just please, Ms. Rita, if they can just contact you, and just, we can sort of talk and form that.
We need to get fill out the idea a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And so we could just talk and have that, just kind of fill out and figure out how you may want to start that or something like that. Okay?
I have one last one.
Okay.
Last year when I was with the 7,300 plates we put away, I went on out of city limits.
Yeah.
And I found out some ladies living by their own, and some women, so this was my respects. And it breaks my heart when I see them really, the properties, the little trailers, very bad conditions.
Yeah.
So I was talking to some of my close people with Alpha, and we will do it, and oh my God, try to help these people. So if you know anybody that live by themselves, especially on the wood areas, 2021, 103, outside, and you know anybody there, please give me the address. So we start collecting materials.
Okay.
So we can rebuild the trailers, rebuild, if there is a roof, we can do it for free.
Okay.
If they need to cut the grass, we can do it for free.
Okay.
And we need to be really taking care of them in a good way. And it's in our heart to do that as an Alpha Association. So please help us if you know anybody around. Give me the addresses, and we will put it on the list for this year.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Lanella, I just wanted to remind everyone about the silent auction that's going to be held February the 11th at the Rock House from 1 to 3. It's not just about raising funds to help with outreaches here in Angelina County, but it's also an opportunity for the community to come in and speak on matters that they're concerned about, things that are being affected and not being discussed, or things that they would like to see changed or increase more activity in that area. I've had a really amazing opportunity to speak to some business owners that are not aware of what they have in Angelina County that's available, or even things that are happening here that they are not aware of, and they're really interested in talking to the outreaches and talking to our city councilmen and just get the word out and say, how can we help? Because there are a lot of people that want to help, but they don't know how they can help or where they can fit in. So if you have an outreach or you help a nonprofit, please come and be available to talk to and have questions answered if you don't mind. And we are seeking more donations for the silent auction. I've got some really awesome tickets and some packages that are going to be available courtesy of some of the businesses in Angelina County.
All righty, thank you very much. Let's see.
I guess I have, February 2nd, there's going to be a benefit for drug and alcohol treatment. It's a concert at the Pines. It's Mike Ferris. He's a 2015 Emmy Award winner, and he's not only talented in music, but he has a recovery story. So it'll be both entertainment and inspiration.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone else?
February the 2nd?
All right. Okay, is there anybody back here? Did you have anything?
No.
You good? Okay. All right, well, we thank you very much for attending today. And you all be safe as we travel out back in the weather today, and we'll see you next year. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Good morning, my name is Shauna Sparks. I am here, I'm a recovering alcoholic and addict. I've been clean now for almost 7 years. I've been coming out here, down here, but I've been talking to Miss Minerva, so you guys hadn't seen me. She's been a wonderful help. But I'm not here for anything, I'm here to ask a question.
Okay.
I've been living in my home for 4.5 years. It's raining, and so for the last 4.5 years, I've been pushing out water. My home has mold and mildew in it right now, and I'm trying to get moved out of there. I was working at Burlington, but I just had a revision knee surgery, and so my nerves are dead right now, so I'm not able to work, but my husband does work. So I'm looking for someone or somewhere to move so I can get out of the home, because at this time I have blankets down on my floor. I've did it for 4.5 years and I'm tired. So if you guys, Ms. Grimes, I thank you. She's been helping me and I love her to death. But if you guys know anywhere, any place that's nice, that and reasonable, at least $500 a month, please let Ms. Minerva or Impact know where I can put an application in for a place to stay.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, we'll see you guys next week. Next week, we will have, who is the lady, Robert, from? Ashley. Yeah, and she will be here with some survey information from ADEC, which I think is very exciting. And if any of you guys know who is responsible for conducting the point in time survey for the homeless, will you all please let me know? There's a survey every year, and it's from the Housing Urban Development. Every county's supposed to do it. So I'm trying to figure out who is responsible for conducting that point in time. They do it on January 26th from a certain time to a certain time, and then that's how we get our homeless information. Okay? All right?
We do that at our shelter at the Family Crisis Center, so I can get you that information.
Thank you very much. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you. Adios.